Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cinema Savvy, and we are back with another watch-along in lieu of our upcoming quiz on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. GMT. We'll get the plugs out of the way first, which is our sci-fi quiz. We just wanted to watch a fun sci-fi movie. We're all in lockdown. We're all trying to pass the time. And, we've been doing more of these watch-alongs, and I hope that people are enjoying them. I'm certainly enjoying them. Really good fun. Especially, going back to films that maybe some of us haven't seen in a while. And this being one of them, Men in Black, which is the 1997 science fiction action comedy film directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, starring Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. This movie spawned 2 sequels, a spin-off, animated series, all bunch of merchandise. And this was one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. So going to give my age away here. I was born in 93. This came out in 97. So you can do the math. I was a very, very young lad when this came out. I don't know if I specifically watched it in 97, but I think it was one of those movies that I remember, watching on the TV or taping onto a blank cassette tape or something like that when it was around. But this is definitely a good one. This is definitely one of my favorites.
I remember watching this when I was growing up on video. I think it's one of the first sci-fi films that my dad allowed me to kind of watch and stuff like that. So, I don't really have a huge connection to this film at all. I just haven't seen it in a very long time. Came up with a suggestion and thought, this is an excuse to go back to it and see if it still holds up. Of course, it still holds up. It's a classic and everything like that. But yeah, I hadn't seen it in a while. I've seen 3 of the films. I haven't seen the new one, even though I've heard it's incredibly terrible. The side quest, or whatever it is, that is that film.
Men in Black International.
The original 3 Men in Black films, if we're looking just at the main kind of area of the franchise, I quite liked 2. It wasn't as good as 1. I actually prefer 3 to both of the films. I quite like the time travel plot in 3.
Okay, well, I watched Men in Black 2 once when it came out. When was it? Was it like 2000? Did that come? Oh, 2002. Also, there was a considerable jump then between the first movie and the second one, which is surprising because this one actually made quite a lot of money. This one made just shy of 600 mil on a 90 mil budget. It was very, very popular with people. A lot of critical acclaim. And I haven't seen Men in Black 3 or International. I heard mixed things on 3, ranging from very positive to outright negative, and the less said about Men in Black International, the better. I remember doing a trailer reaction to Men in Black International, where, I can't do the bit right now. I've got some shade. I can't do the bit again, because if people go back, it's just going to be cringe. I'm just going to be repeating myself.
So one thing we've said for this stream, if you want to watch along at home, this isn't a drinking game watch along or anything like that, but whenever they have to put on their sunglasses and blank someone's memory, you too have to put on your sunglasses, otherwise your memory will be blanked. So that's the only rule that we've really got for this stream, other than enjoying the film itself.
JX, we already have a comment right here. JX says, Tate, do you by any chance remember Kay telling Jay an alien is grouchy?
I'm sure that's some kind of reference to one of the actual films, and whether there is an Agent T somewhere in the film or anything like that. We just named ourselves like this. But no, I really do not remember much about this film at all.
Neither do I. So we're just going to jump straight into this thing. As we said, this is a watch-along, so if you have your copy of Men in Black at home, get it scrubbed forward to 0. I was going to say timestamp 0. It sounds like we're blasting to the past, doesn't it?
Just before we start, I need to turn my light, otherwise it's going to get really dark in here.
Wait, so professional. So professional on this channel. We're so prepared for today's stream. But hopefully we get some more people jumping in. Maybe Men in Black isn't a very popular film for a watch along, but I don't care. I'm interested to see if this film holds up. It's been a long time since I've watched this one. And we're going to go for it. So if everyone's got their copy of Men in Black all the way to 0, get it on pause. We're going to count down from 3, and on 0, we're going to go. So 3, 2, 1, 0. And I need to arrange my windows so that I can see us and the movie. Again, so prepared.
I was trying to remember if the first film, the Columbia lady, whether she actually flashed or anything like that. Because I know in all the films after, she's holding the
I remember that being a more of a gimmick of films that came sort of after this. I think that.
Yeah.
So I mean, right away, we've got to mention the score right here, which was actually nominated. This film was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, and it won 1. So it was nominated for Best Art Direction, Best Original Score by Danny Elfman, and Best Makeup, which it won with the great visual effects by Rick Baker. Which there are many moments that we'll probably talk about the practical effects in this movie later on.
I find it interesting that Tommy Lee Jones got top billing over Will Smith. I'm not sure if that's the case in all the other films.
Well, had Will Smith done much at this point?
He'd done Fresh Prince.
I'm just going to see if he did. Because actually, no, I remember now. My copy, I did have a copy of this film on VHS, but it was. Does anyone remember? We've got Samantha Jones in the comments saying my copy is on VHS. Does anyone remember those VHS cassette tapes where they'd come packaged with 2 films on one tape? And the front cover would be like a double poster of what the films are. I remember having a Ghostbusters 1 and 2 together on one cassette tape, and I had Bad Boys, the original, with Men in Black, the original. And you had to kind of fast forward the tape and keep playing it and check it until Bad Boys was over, and then Men in Black would start.
With weird times, right?
Yeah, with great times. I still got all my old VHS tapes. This is what I keep saying this with modern movies now. I miss this, like
the
opening title.
Credits.
Yeah, it just gets you into the movie. It's a great sort of atmospheric piece before you get
I feel like with modern movies, they've kind of moved away from that because they want to get straight into the film itself. They don't really want to have that kind of cheesy, this is the title of the film thing. They'd rather have the actual film play out and then maybe even have the title at the end or something like that.
But these visual effects were done by ILM. So we're looking at that late 90s Dragonfly right now. This was the company that would later go on in 2 years' time to make Phantom Menace.
Beautiful.
I'm actually I've seen the dance sequence from the end credits. The alien's going to be very interesting, seeing how some of the CGI holds up in this film. And by that, probably not very well.
I don't know why. As a kid, I always thought, isn't that the alien from Return of the Jedi doing the dance at the end?
That's such a great opening sequence, though. Like, you follow this dragonfly for something so mundane, you know, just for an insect to hit the window. I love that.
Yeah, it's not like Mission Impossible that literally shows the entire film in it if you're able to break it down quick enough. I love that the subtitle just says "speaks in Spanish."
That's all you need, right?
To know what I'm saying.
Oh, Dios mío. So I was checking the director's filmography. So Barry Sonnenfeld actually directed all of the Men in Black films, apart from International. He did the main trilogy. But I know you like 3. I know a lot of people don't, but his quality of films goes so downhill after the 90s. Some would argue the late 90s. This was a guy that directed Addams Family, Addams Family Values. There's a film here called For Love or Money, starring Michael J. Fox, which I don't believe I've ever seen. Get Shorty, which has got a lot of great reviews. It's the one with Travolta and Danny DeVito. He made this. Then he did Wild Wild West, which is a film that is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's easily in my top 3 guilty pleasure films. Then after that, it was like Men in Black 2, RV, Men in Black 3, and his last film that he's made was in 2016, which was 9 Lives, the Kevin Spacey cat movie.
Ooh.
That is a drop-off right there.
I can't believe they're able to rope in Kevin Spacey and also Christopher Walken for that film.
Oh, this is so great in a minute. I remember this bit. Tommy Lee Jones kind of reminds me, I compare him a lot to Bruce Willis in terms of his approach to acting in his films. Because because there was a time where this guy tried so hard and was such a good actor, and then he just sort of hit a stage where he was just sleepwalking through roles.
But I still think the peak of his career is No Country for Old Men. He is phenomenal in that film.
I don't know. I like him in Fugitive. I really like him in Fugitive alongside Harrison Ford. But it reminds me of Alan Rickman in Galaxy Quest, where you've got an actor like of that caliber that you just wouldn't expect in that kind of to make this kind of film. That's quite creepy, actually, that head on a stick. See, that's a puppet. That's a puppet there from behind. It looked a bit CGI when it first appeared. I'm not sure.
Just looks slimy.
This film's got a great blend, though, of CGI. Because you could, obviously, with Jurassic Park coming out in 93, which a lot of people chalk up to being... I think this next shot's in CGI, isn't it? Yeah. So that's CGI there. Yeah, but it's... And then it's back to practical there. It's all about how you blend it. But obviously, they probably realised they had a lot more freedom to do things for better or worse post-Jurassic Park.
Tasty.
I mean, we'll see this later when we get to sort of the headquarters, but I love the world building of this film. You know, the gadgets, just everything.
But also the controversy, the fact that they had Agent M or Michael.
Oh, that was in 2. That was in 2. Men in Black 2. Yeah.
My God, that's that hasn't aged well, has it?
He was a superstar, though, wasn't he? Like it's like anything. Like, you know, you get a famous celebrity cameo in anything in however many years' time, it's probably not going to hold up as well.
Oh shit! Sunglasses. Where's that?
Wait for the cue. If you've got shades at home, play along. Oh, that's when Tommy Lee Jones does that voice. It just sounds like Fugitive. Like, I want to search in every outhouse, in-house, doghouse.
I'm there. Yeah. Good.
I feel like this is Spy Kids 3D, where you get the little caption at the bottom of the screen which says glasses on.
You're like rummaging around. Shit, I put them. Oh, they're on my head. Okay.
we should do a watch along of the Spy Kids films.
Spy Kids 3 is
fantastic.
Or is it? Is it in Spy Kids 2? Which is the, do you think God lives in fear? Because, or was it, do you think, whatever the line is.
Steve Buscemi giving an Oscar-winning performance in Spy Kids 2. The Spy Kids film had an all-star cast, man. It was so good.
Here we go. Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he created?
Yeah.
Ooh. That is some... beautiful dialogue.
And we need to mention as well this film, you know, like for all the originality in it, and there is a lot of originality in there, but it was actually based on a comic book series. It's called The Men in Black. The comic series itself is called The Men in Black, and I'm just reading here. It was created by Lowell Cunningham and Sandy Carruthers. This film's no, I've forgotten everything. Hey, hello, welcome to Cinema Savvy, and welcome to a new watch along. What do you think of Will Smith as an actor today, sort of now, compared to how he was in the 90s? Do you think he's still got that star power? Well, I mean, was it Gemini? What was it called that came out? Was it Gemini Man? I mean, that tanked, didn't it? That absolutely bombed.
I don't want to say he's a product of his time, but I feel like he hasn't picked his acting roles wisely
Mm. I
at
mean,
all.
this guy has had some major hits. You know, he does have a lot of charisma, and I
Mm.
guess he sort of had his. You could look at the live action. Oh, I don't want to, but the live action adaptation of Aladdin, where he played the genie.
Yeah, he was good in
The
that.
movie did make over $1 billion, and a lot of people did sort of credit him as one of the best things in that film. He's quite hit and miss for me, but I think in the '90s he's like Jim Carrey. You know when Jim Carrey had like hit after hit, hit after hit in the '90s.
Yeah.
I remember when he was originally going to be cast as Neo as well in The Matrix, and he turned it down to do Wild Wild West.
Oof,
I'm
that's
so glad that happened the way it did, though, because I love Wild Wild West, and I couldn't imagine anyone other than Will Smith in that role.
and I love Matrix. I can't imagine anyone other than Keanu Reeves and Neo.
Mm. And what's going to be good is with Matrix 4 is that with the successes of the John Wick films, Keanu Reeves has sort of found his second wind in the action genre almost, and he's kind of aged with that genre. So it'll be interesting to see what he brings to that. So apparently the comic book series of this, I think 6 issues or so were. I think it's actually technically owned by. Well, Sony do the movies, don't they? But I know that the comic book specifically, it went from company to company, and then ended up being bought out by Marvel. So I guess it's not technically a Marvel comic, but it's owned by Marvel as a company. But apparently, the comics delve more with it's just the paranormal, good and bad paranormal. Extraterrestrials are included in that, but there's also demons and monsters and ghosts, and which I guess would kind of make it like not too much like Ghostbusters, but you'd have those comparisons there. Ooh. I remember that scene being in all the trailers, with the vertical, the horizontal closing eye. Sorry.
See, Chris, I'm not as old as you, so I don't actually remember there being any trailers.
Oh,
One and a half at the time.
My sweet summer child. It was on. You'd pop a VHS. Do you remember what VHS was, Tate? Do you remember video?
Of course, I remember what fucking VHS was.
You pop it in. You fast forward past all the trailers. I just remember like that shot as well. That was what in one of the trailers. Simpler times, better times. I'd love to go back to the '90s. Here we have Vincent D'Onofrio's just made his grand appearance. Such a great actor, and he's so good in this film. And again, when you've seen this actor's body of work before this, or even after it, it's like a whole. I know he could definitely play quirky characters. Especially in the recent Magnificent Seven film that came out, where he played this big hulking guy that kind of wrestled people to the ground and everything. He did have a very quirky sense of humor. But if you look at like Full Metal Jacket, for example, or even his portrayal of Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix series. Ooh. That's a bit grim.
There's just that kind of demented look about him throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah, he's very sort of. It reminds me of something. It's like Frankenstein's monster a little bit, or that very, very great physical timing and physical comedic acting with it. It's a bit like Lurch as well. It's just like the like tone of voice he chooses to use for it. It's so perfect. This used to be like me when I used to have a cup of tea. I used to have a lot of sugar in there. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. D'Onofrio doesn't really do much, does he? He sort of picks his roles very sparingly, unless he's in a lot of stuff that I miss.
I'm gonna have a look, actually.
I think obviously Daredevil is probably the most recent thing that I've seen him in.
Let's have a look at his filmography. I mean, Private Pile.
Oh, was he I think he was nominated for an Oscar for that film, wasn't he? Is it supporting?
I'm not sure.
So I guess if anyone's watching in the comments, let us know some of your favorite Will Smith films, not including this one.
Mm. What is your favorite Will Smith film?
Oh, I'm going to bring up a list of his stuff just in case there's anything that I'm obvious that I'm missing. This is definitely in my top 3. I really like Wild Wild West, and everyone shits on it, and I don't know why because I love it. Let me have a look. Let me find his filmography.
I still like Pursuit of Happiness, honestly.
You know what? I haven't actually seen that
film. Flash there, but it wasn't properly on screen.
No, we're fine because we're in the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen The Pursuit of Happiness, but I've heard it's a very good film. He's quite good in Ali, the Muhammad Ali movie.
Yeah, I like
that. Independence Day is not necessarily one of my favorite films, but it's a very entertaining performance from him.
Yeah.
I did think he was miscast in iRobot. I think that the tone that iRobot went with, whilst I think it's an entertaining movie to watch, it could have been so much more, like with the subject matter they were dealing with. And it did.
I still like iRobot as a film.
No, so do I. iRobot's a very watchable film. It's a very entertaining film, but it is a blockbuster film that deals with a lot of lofty ideas, but it doesn't really. You could have done like a Wachowski or Kubrick-esque movie with iRobot. You know what I mean?
And instead, they went for popcorn.
Exactly. I actually haven't seen Hitch. That's another one that I've heard is very good. Yeah, and then it's just like, he just brings out these movies, After Earth, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, although he was probably the best part of Suicide Squad.
Did you see the Netflix movie Bright in 2017?
No, but I remember there was a tweet that was put onto the subreddit Premature Celebrations, and it was the writer who basically finished penning the script and stuff like that, and said, "This is going to be the new Star Wars." And
better or worse than the sequel trilogy, Tate?
Yeah.
This weird looking guy. Oh, this looks so great. This was in the trailers too. That looked great. That effect looks solid. Samantha in the comments says, Independence Day, old enough that I saw it in the cinema. This is, again, it's such a odd couple pairing, isn't it? With Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, but it works. The chemistry they have in this film is amazing. It reminds me a little bit of Jim Carrey, another Dumb and Dumber reference. I don't know if I already made a Dumb and Dumber reference. I made a Jim Carrey reference earlier, didn't I? That's what I'm thinking of. It reminds me of Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels in, it's a pairing that you never think you'd see, but it works so well, and they play off each other well. I think those odd couple pairings, you can kind of strike out with them, or you can strike lightning in a bottle.
Well, I may as well make this statement now. This early on into the stream, I'm not the biggest fan of Dumb and Dumber.
Tayte, you are dead to me. You need to get some culture, my friend. It is the greatest comedy film ever made.
Mm-mm.
And you watched it at the perfect age too. It's literally a movie made for teenage boys. Oh, just got in there.
I love the fact that like I had my sunglasses on for a good 3 or 4 seconds. You're like, oh shit.
I know this is a completely different topic. I mean, it's to do with Tommy Lee Jones. He obviously played Two-Face in Batman Forever. If that movie had a different tone, do you think that Tommy Lee Jones could have played a good, serious Harvey Dent / Two-Face?
I think. Imagine if he played it in Nolan's universe.
Would he be old as hell though, wouldn't he? And by that time, in Nolan's universe.
Yeah, but then you could play him as like he is the aging cop. You could have even played into the fact that he would have had Commissioner Gordon underneath his wing and stuff like that. You could have played into that angle.
God, D'Onofrio is so good in this film. Well, I thought it impaled him then for a second. I was like, damn.
I think he also impaled him, as well as,
See, I miss films like this. They're inherently like fun kids' films, but there's a little bit of bite to them. There's a little bit of. It's all cartoony though, so it's all fine. Did I miss something? Why did Tommy Lee Jones give him the business card?
I'm assuming he had to wipe his memory. He had to wipe his memory. I'm guessing he saw potential because he was able to chase him down.
Right.
He probably wiped him a few times in the evening, actually. He probably gave him a lot of information and stuff like that.
Plus, there'd be no movie, right? Imagine if he didn't give him the card.
Memories wiped. Film's over, yay!
Oh, here we go. The late, great Rip Torn.
Mm.
Sadly passed away last year. I think he was 88, I think.
Was it this year?
No, it was last year, 2019. He's got such a distinct voice, Rip Torn. To me, he's always going to be the voice of Zeus in Disney's Hercules.
The only voice I could even compare him to possibly be John Goodman.
John Goodman, yeah, I was going to go there as well. Yeah. Yeah, it is actually very similar. They're distinct. They're both distinct, but I can hear the similarity. Best of the best of the best. So... Oh, Captain America reference. Tommy Lee Jones was in that movie as his drill sergeant.
That's probably why they made the joke.
Well, no, I mean this. Captain America came out 2010?
Oh, I thought you meant
the
previous one. Wait, was he in Captain America?
Yeah, he was the like the army general.
I don't even remember him being in Captain.
Well, not Rip Torn. Tommy Lee Jones was.
Yeah. I don't even remember Tommy Lee Jones being in Captain
Yeah.
America.
That's an underrated film, the first Captain America film. When I first watched that,
I
I
like
did
it.
not like it,
I
but
need
in
to watch it.
hindsight, going back, it's fantastic.
Probably one of the best, most fleshed out characters in the
Yeah.
MCU.
Oh, 100%. I always thought those egg chairs looked really uncomfortable because you wouldn't be able to sit back because it's... Oh, I don't know. I'd feel really claustrophobic in a chair like that, I think. Your peripheral vision's just completely screwed.
Everyone seems to be struggling with it, which is hilarious.
Just do it on your lap. Am I the only one? Just like cross your leg over your other leg and just do it on your lap. Oh, I love this bit now. It's the sound.
You have passed the first test.
Oh, I always remember this bit and always thought this would be like a fun place to go, like a kind of like a shooting range or something, but with like aliens and everything. That could be cool. Or like a Ghostbusters thing, maybe. I'm sure they have stuff like this somewhere. Not with actual guns. Well, maybe in America, I don't know. Second Amendment, right? Oh god, this bit. It's one of my favorite bits. Little Tiffany. Wonder how much of this was improvised if he threw some improv in there. It's like, shit, he's got a point. So in hindsight, this has kind of reminded me a little bit of like Kingsman. Well, I mean, Kingsman's, I guess, could remind me of this, the whole group. But we don't really get to know the majority of the group in this, do we? But it doesn't need it. Like, we know that it's going to be Will Smith. You just sort of formalities at this point.
But Kingsman did the whole thing of him not being picked.
Yeah. I might have even liked... I know this film's pace grade, but it's only like 97 minutes. I would have maybe liked to have seen some more of the trials. You know, they have paperwork and then a shooting range, and then that's kind of it. So Tate, I mean, this is the big question right here. Let's.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, we've walked past. Yeah, it's all good. What's your take on Aliens then? So basically, Aliens.
Film or the concept?
Give me your thoughts on the film, and are you a believer? Do you believe Tate, or do you want to believe?
I prefer Alien to Aliens.
Same.
I feel like they're both very good films in their own genre. I think they're two very separate genre films. One is a sci-fi horror. The other one is sci-fi action. And I just prefer the sci-fi horror element. The creepiness that film holds, just fantastic. Aliens does have its moments. Probably has the best line of dialogue between the films with "Game over, man, game over." But the actual aliens existing thing, of course, yeah, sure, why not? I don't think they'll exist in any kind of humanoid form or anything like that, but there's going to be some kind of alien bacteria out there or something like that.
Oh no, I'm talking about
These guys. You're talking about these guys. Oh.
Oh, the creature designs are so good in this film. Underrated, really underrated. Okay, so Tate.
Yes.
UFO lands.
Yes.
Drawbridge. Steam. Drawbridge comes down. Bang. Silhouetted. Giant, tall, skinny, oval-headed grey motherfucker comes down the ramp and says, "Any volunteers, I will take you from this planet and take you into outer space to live among our culture. Do you do it?"
I've missed cinema.
Well, you could, maybe they have alien cinema.
Oh.
A whole new genre you've never seen before.
Maybe it's shit. I'm not sure. I'd say probably it's not my place, really. How about you, Chris?
Oh, hell yeah. I'd do it. Why not?
So what do we learn from this? Chris doesn't mind being probed.
Hey.
Saying that, you'd be treated one of two ways. You'd be treated like a king, or you'd be treated like a prisoner. And if that's
I mean, they might be all smiley, and then like the bridge would come up, and it'd be like, right, drop his drawers. You'd be like, wait, what?
I love that they wouldn't even say that. They just all look at each other and smile.
They just pull out like the ET bulbous finger. I always knew that guy was suspicious.
I mean, you've seen that kid's face reaction to the first time he saw him. It's just like...
It's just like, you think he's this charming, little alien, this cute little alien who you're going to befriend, and then secretly he just wants to give you a prostate exam.
Well, it's definitely a way of befriending.
I was going to say something disgusting then. So is that why his finger's brown?
I'm really enjoying this brownie, by the way.
Wow, the special effects budget's really taken a dive, hasn't it? Oh. That reminds me of Mouse Hunt, the movie from that also did something similar with like a giant cockroach on top of a van. If we've got any like American viewers, is that a thing in America with like pest control vans? Do they have like giant cockroach statues on top of the vehicle, or is that just something for like, family movies? We have Rezu Star with an up point, which was to Independence Day being his favorite Will Smith.
Are you sure that's what it was referenced to?
Oh.
I love that this was just like a friendly Men in Black stream, and now suddenly it's just straight into questions.
Let's get back to this because this scene's great. This is like the main headquarters with all the aliens around. Ooh. And again, the blend of CGI with, I mean, that's the way to do it. It is focusing on the humans quite a lot, though. I really want to see some more of these creatures.
Mm.
This is like your cantina bar scene, right? Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's grouchy. There we go. JX.
There we go.
He's grouchy.
There we go. We'll throw that back up. I do now.
Do we have any particular reason for looking out for that guy? He's grouchy. Does that have any significance? Oh, that makes me feel old. Do you hear what he just said?
That's going to replace DVDs soon.
CDs. He says it's going to replace CDs soon. Yeah, like I know that this is like an organization ran by humans and stuff, but for like, intergalactic peace, I guess, and like, shutting down aliens to keep everyone out of the loop. But I would have liked to have seen more aliens in the headquarters. Oh, ninja reflexes there from Rip Torn. It's like Kang and Kodos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Is that going to be the plot twist then in Creed 3? Rocky turns out to be an alien. Who else we got on there? Steven Spielberg. Well, I mean, you'd have to be, right? Although that explains the alien fascination in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Yeah, I keep hearing John Goodman now. Now you've said that. So here's a question. What if there was another agent with the same name? How would they go about that? Because there's only 26 letters in the alphabet. Do they start adding numbers or?
Don't know.
I was actually tempted to put my black suit on for this today, and I thought, no, I'll save that for a more formal occasion. The Oscars, maybe. Oh, my favorite line's coming up right now. Will Smith's next line. Here we go. I made this thing look good. Love it. Oh, the Danny Elfman music there was very Danny Elfman. So very Danny Elfman. Oh, this guy. So how's this film holding up for you so far then, Tate?
It's not as cheesy as I remembered it being, which is weird.
Do you remember it being cheesy then?
I remember it being cheesy, but then again, I was a kid, so saying that this scene just completely ruins what I just said.
I think it works though. I think you need a I mean, it just goes without saying, I can't even remember the villains in the other Men in Black films. I think in the second one, it was that chick with like the snake fingers or tentacle fingers or something.
Yeah.
But I don't remember much specifically about her, and then I don't even know who the villain was in 3.
I'm trying to remember the villain in 3. If I remember, I remember quite liking the villain in 3. I'm just trying to remember now.
Did they cast anyone famous in the role for the villain?
Jermaine Clement, yeah.
Oh, okay. He's a good character actor.
As Boris the Animal. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, no, villain was good. It was Jermaine Clement and Nicole Scherzinger.
Oh.
I've got a photo up right now of them. See if I can add it to the stream.
The fact that you had to Google it though to remember who it was does.
No, but now here's the thing: the second that I saw like what he actually looked like, I was like immediately, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So if people wanted to see right now, that's what they look like in Men in Black 3, which is really cool design. Actually, I like on him. Really cool design indeed. So yeah.
Oh, that's sped up footage though. It's just the guy walking outside.
That's the first time that the film has looked not too good, I'd say.
It's fine though. It's fine. I'll allow it. I give like older. Oh god, I just said older films for a film that came out in the 90s. Oh, the depression. The depression. But I give films like this with charm. It adds to the quirkiness of it, I guess. The charm of it. It's fine.
Mm.
So we're like, when Men in Black International came out, you know, it was clearly trying to chase after the whole Ragnarok thing, casting Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, everything. Maybe also kind of chasing after the Ghostbusters. I mean, I don't know why you chase after that, but the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. Do you think that Men in Black is a franchise that has the potential to create like this vast... I mean, they were clearly trying to do like some kind of cinematic universe, weren't they, with different branches in different countries and everything like that?
Yeah.
Do you think it is a property that has that potential to go really creative with all this stuff, or do you think it works better as a self-contained movie, either just to this or just to the trilogy that it was made?
Honestly, I think it'd make a fantastic TV show.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it would make an absolutely fantastic TV show. And I'm surprised they haven't gone 100%. With that kind of medium. I know that a lot of places are going to that medium and everything like that.
Who would you cast as the two main agents? If you could see like a pairing of anyone.
Would you go for a retelling of the story, or would you go for...
Do you do a brand new thing? You just have the concept of Men in Black, extraterrestrials, a headquarters.
I'd also go old and new. I'd go old and new.
Oh, those cockroaches, Jesus. So we don't get cockroaches really in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, no, we don't, do we? I don't think we do at all.
Not really.
But I know in some places in America they get them really bad. JX says, what part are you guys at? We're just in the part where Vincent D'Onofrio is trashing the cafeteria and has just killed the two guys in there.
We are 43 minutes in at the moment. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of who I'd have as like a cast. If you're going for something that's similar to this but different, dare I say Kevin Hart replacing Will Smith in that kind of role?
I could see that. I could see that. It's a similar kind of If
I was going for that same kind of concept, I'd probably go John Goodman. That would be
John Goodman and Kevin Hart. I don't know if John Goodman could do it now. Let's think of someone we could pair up. You have got to have that. Oh, this scene's hilarious. Yeah, it's just that this was such like a match made in heaven with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
I'd probably take someone like George Clooney for it.
Mm.
He has that ability to play serious, but also play.
Does he have that star power now, though?
I'd say so. For a TV show, I think it would.
And could he do comedy like this, though?
Well, here's the thing. Tommy Lee Jones isn't really doing comedy here, is he? He's just playing that serious role, and that's the comedy.
Yeah.
Who would you pair up, Chris?
Oh, look, it's little baby Kit Fisto from the Star Wars prequels. Who would I pair up? That's really you need like the straight man in it, don't you? And then you need a I'm trying to think if you do like a Netflix series.
Who could do that?
I'm not very good with casting things. I really have to give it some consideration.
I feel like Ryan Gosling could probably pull off the straight man.
I knew you were going to say Ryan Gosling, and I know why you went for that, because you're thinking of Nice Guys, aren't you?
I kind of am.
No, The Nice Guys should be a TV show as well.
Oh, yeah. Completely agree with that. Okay, if we're going away from that, I feel like a good young up-and-coming kind of person for it Could be someone like Daniel Kaluuya.
I haven't seen him do much comedy. I need to make sure that someone's done comedy. Essentially,
He's a comedian, basically. Oh.
One thing I would like to know, actually, with this film, though, is just going on to like a different subject quickly. Is Tommy Lee Jones is revered for hating Jim Carrey as a person.
Yeah.
In Batman Forever, they couldn't stand each other. Tommy Lee Jones, I think he came up to, they were both at a dinner or something like that. And I don't know if Jim Carrey approached Tommy Lee Jones just to say hi. This was like years after. Like they didn't get on, but he says like, I can't stand your buffoonery or something like that. And he just said like, don't ever talk to me again kind of thing, which is hilarious when he says that, because you think of that. And Tommy Lee Jones is probably equally, if not more animated than Jim Carrey in Batman Forever. But I'm wondering, because they do seem like they have two very big egos, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. So I'm wondering how they got on with each other.
Yeah. Or you could try and revive Will Smith's career. Have him as the straight man, then bring someone else in. That's a possibility, right?
Yeah. It depends if you want to... I think the best route would be not to even connect it to this film and just go in another direction. Well, actually, speaking of that, we need to talk about the potential crossover they had, didn't they, with 21 Jump Street and Men in Black? I am so glad they didn't do that, because just keep 21 Jump Street into its own respective universe. I don't like the idea of randomly bringing that. Cast those two again if you want to. Cast those two again in that. Oh, okay, I'm going to give a shout. Brad Pitt as the sort of straight man kind of character.
Yeah, that could work.
He wouldn't work with a Kevin Hart, I don't think. I mean, after seeing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I'd love to see Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt in movies for the rest of time together, but... Oh, we didn't put the shades on there, did we?
I completely missed that.
Oh, I think he flashes her a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, not yet. Oh, does he do it again?
Nothing little.
Okay, right. You got a choice of 3 things with this.
Yeah.
If you could have one gadget / vehicle from this movie, so you can only choose one of these to have in real life.
Okay.
Do you have the car with a turbo boost? Do you have the flashy thing? Or do you have the noisy cricket?
Neuralizer.
That would come in very handy. And
You could get away with so much shit.
But here's the question, Tate. Would you use it for good or evil?
I would try and use it for good.
Oh, you fucking liar. No, you wouldn't.
Like I said, try.
Okay. What would be your first... Give me an example. What would be your first act of good then with a neuralizer?
I genuinely don't know. Legit.
This is Linda Fiorentino, I think. I'm trying to see what else she's done, because she's got one of those faces that I remember seeing her in. And she's pretty all right in this film. So here's a bit of trivia for you, Tate, which you might like. Not to do with this actress. Sorry, I was just looking through her things. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. Just going through it quickly. No, I haven't seen her in anything else. She was in a film called Dogma, which I've heard of. But
that is Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Have to say that Ben Affleck at the moment is my least favorite actor because he's dating Ana de Armas. So
you got to fight him. You got to fight Batman. Fight night. But hang on, I now need to find what this bit of trivia was. Give me a second.
You had a bit of trivia, you lost it.
I had a bit of trivia, I've lost it. I'm just trying to find which movie it is. I think it's... Why does it elude me so? You will have to fill for time, Tate.
Yeah. That is a chin and a half, gee.
The effects in a moment are absolutely outstanding. This is probably my most this guy, the effects on this guy.
Yeah.
It's the most standout part of the film to me.
I don't remember any of the scene. Henry Cavill and Christoph Waltz, Jesus. That would be some whiplash. Oh my god. I think Christoph Waltz is a decent shout, although he's getting on quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of older actors. I feel like J.K. Simmons would make a great villain.
Oh, that's a good. Oh no, I could see him in the lead. Actually, I could see him as one of the leads, or maybe even the Rip Torn character.
Yeah.
Who was it in the new one? Was Liam Neeson or was it Emma Thompson?
It was Liam Neeson, and spoiler alert, he turned out to be the villain. Ooh.
Oh. I had a bit of trivia. Why can I not find this?
Chris has lost the trivia. He's done.
And I thought you'd absolutely love this bit of trivia, and it's driving me mad that I can't find it now. Oh, okay. I know what the trivia is now.
Go on.
So the director of this film, Barry Sonnenfeld, started out his career as a cinematographer.
Yeah.
And he started his career on a Coen Brothers movie.
It would be Blood Simple, right?
It was Blood Simple. He was the cinematographer for Blood Simple.
Okay. That was their first film.
Was that worth the wait, Tate?
It was, seen as I've been watching back through a lot of Coen Brothers films recently. I feel like this month more than any I've watched, was it 5 or 6 different Coen Brothers films or anything at the moment? All of them fantastic. Like, honestly, love the directors.
That tall guy just there, I'm guessing he was the one who played Lurch in the Addams Family, right? Which was one of Barry's previous films. Well, his first film, actually. The effects here.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. You don't remember this scene, Tate?
I do now.
Orion's belt?
Yeah.
It's so good. It looks so lifelike as well. Just the way it's breathing and everything.
Yeah.
War
never changes.
Oh, is that a Metal Gear Solid reference?
What? What I said?
War never changes, yeah.
That's Fallout.
Oh, okay. There's a very similar monologue at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Oh, this poor little guy. Still a more convincing death scene than Marion Cotillard in the ending of The Dark Knight Rises.
Still a more convincing death scene than literally any of the deaths in Rise of Skywalker.
What, in that no one stays dead?
Yeah, that's the one. Leia does, but
Yeah, she comes back as a Force ghost at the end.
oh shit, yeah, she does. You're right.
I don't think does anyone actually die and stay dead?
Kylo Ren, Hux.
No, Kylo Ren becomes one with the Force.
Hux.
We don't know. They might continue the canon past it. He might come back.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have preferred Colin Trevorrow as. Oh shit.
Trevor Merrow.
I got it on time. Chris, do you want to introduce Sin?
Hello, welcome to Cinema Savvy, and welcome to our watch along of Men in Black. Can you imagine if you forget to put your glasses on, you had to scrub the movie all the way back to the start and start it all again?
Dear God, that's a challenge.
Oh, this is the bit where he keeps.
Got there.
Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't.
I did on my screen.
What does he say? Like, start flashing that thing, you're going to give her an aneurysm or something. What I quite like about this film is until the very end, and even then, it doesn't do massive amounts. It feels very small scale. You know, it feels...
Yeah. They're building the universe from within instead of going, this is a massive universe, and then focusing in on the story. They're going, here is the story, and we're building the universe around it.
But I like that, because you think aliens, you think, we're going to take them into space, you know, we're going to do all these crazy things, and it really doesn't. You know, Vincent D'Onofrio's alien character only really comes into it in, like, the very final action scene of the film, and even then it's not, like, overstated or anything.
It is weird seeing him with hair.
Yeah.
Expensive diamonds, don't care.
Yeah.
Well-ending device, that's what I need.
Oh, is that a day for night shot there?
Might be.
In fact, mine's looking very day for night now. If you take over, Tate, I'm just going to go put the light on.
See? And you had a go at me at the start. At the start of the stream, you were like, oh, how professional of someone. How professional that you would put on your light before it happened. But no. No.
Oh, I've got a very orange glow now. Hang on.
Who's the professional one, huh?
Yeah, that's better.
Sorry, Chris, I went on a massive rant about how you called me unprofessional at the start.
I caught you at the end there. Yeah, thanks for that. Can you spot Orion's belt in the sky, Tate? Are you into your constellations and stars?
Not where I am currently, but when I'm out in Austria, we do a night walk where we go out, we walk up one of the mountains, and we have a look at the stars, and we have like a ring of fire and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And the stars out there are always clear. Like, there's some nights where you can see the Milky Way, which is just phenomenal to see in person, especially if you get like a new moon, where there is literally no moonlight at all because there's no light pollution up there on mountain. It is absolutely phenomenal. So
nice. Oh yeah, I remember this, but this is his wife, isn't it? There's a little bit of heart to it.
Mm. Every step you take.
It looks like some kind of infomercial, doesn't it? A little bit. He just like escapes out of Pornhub on his computer.
Shit.
Will Smith looking exactly like his character in what was that animated film he did? What, last year was it?
What, Spires in Disguise?
Spies in disguise. Well, not as a pigeon. He's not a pigeon. That's such a weird concept for an animated film.
I think they came up with the name, and
It's
then
like,
went, how can we make this a reality?
it's like let's do like an animated spy film with Will Smith. Okay, great, but we need some like cutesy animals in there. Well, he turns into a fucking pigeon. Like what? How many lines of cocaine do you think the movie producer did before coming up with
I
this
feel that
pigeon?
way with every kids film though. Like the person who came up with like even like TV shows stuff like Adventure Time, whoever came up with that,
Oh god, yeah,
so much. I want to have a look to see what kind of reactions or ratings.
so much acid, so much acid.
6.8 out of 10. That's not bad. That's average.
What's that for? Sorry.
Spies in Disguise. Rotten Tomatoes 75%. That's not bad.
Yeah, but you know what also didn't have a bad rating? Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Sorry, but here's the thing. That's 75% certified fresh, and the audience score is 92%. So
Damn.
maybe it isn't too bad.
Oh, here we go. Give him a weapon.
Yeah.
Come on, break this damn thing. I think I had a water pistol as a kid that was like that big, and I used to pretend it was the noisy cricket.
Just punching in the camera. It's weird. Okay, I was going to say that scene or that framing there was weird because it's the first time in the entire film where it's gone like...
It's that interactive with it.
Yeah.
What do you think of how this film shot in terms of its cinematography? Do you think it's pretty flat or... Nothing's massively visually jumped out to me just yet. There are some like famous scenes that I like, mostly down to the creature thing. I think the only scene that I can distinctly remember being framed nice is at the end where the UFO crashes behind them and you get the ball of dust. I think Jim Carrey could have done a good job with this as well. In terms of the physical acting. Wow, that's like the third Jim Carrey reference I've brought up in today's stream. Or did the director have a crush on a cat and that's why he made 9 Lives with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this bit. The noisy cricket. Freeze! I have to think that the noisy cricket is the most horribly impractically... It's the most impractical weapon ever because it just... The recoil on it.
Mm.
This cover-up bullshit. It's like Corellian? Corellian? That's Star Wars, isn't it? Oh god, the universes are connected.
God, the stars are aligning.
You're just gonna have to get the flashy thing and just kind of spin around and just constantly flash it.
Yeah.
Back to back with each other. He's literally just the voice of Zeus. He sounded like Goodman there. I could hear that.
Snarling and grunting. I'd say Graveyard first. It's like one of those like our survey says.
Well, he specifically said keep your dead, didn't he? Not where do you bury them. Oh, how did he? Oh, he got. Oh, he just grabbed the map, didn't he? I was just going to say, how did he know it? You can predict this well.
Well, he's
No,
given
he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Something's going to come down, isn't it? You can hear it in the background. There we go. Oh, cop out.
Fucking tease.
Oh, the dog.
I remember the dog.
Looks like we've got Riff Raff here from Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a drunk watch along we need to do.
Shake the dog.
Oh, he reminds me of my cousin's dog. He talks English as well.
Actually, I have a new idea.
Go on.
But I want him as this certain character. Okay, I'm just trying to. I'll tell you the full. I'm framing the idea at the moment. I'll tell you the full pairing once I have the second person. But wait a sec.
That mouth on the dog actually looks really good.
Yeah.
So clearly they shot. That's a real dog, isn't it? By the looks of it, and then they've augmented it.
Yeah. Okay.
So why couldn't they do with that with the recent Lady and the Tramp movie on Disney Plus?
No idea.
Or Call of the Wild.
I wouldn't know who to pair him with, but I'd love an agent to be Danny DeVito.
I knew you were going to say DeVito. I knew you were going there as soon as I heard the voice. I know it's not DeVito doing the voice, but yeah. Have you seen Last Action Hero, by the way?
I haven't, no.
You need to watch that. Danny DeVito does the voice of a... So, in the police precinct, he randomly plays an animated cat that's just around... It's like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of thing, and it's voiced by Danny DeVito. So then I came out blasting. This is so very Danny Elfman, this score. I like how his face is sort of getting more and more necrotic as the film goes through. I swear it didn't look quite that... Oh, it's David Cross.
Yeah. What about Ray Liotta as the Chris?
Right? As who? As who?
As the straight man.
He doesn't really do much now, does he? I mean, he was in... You got to have someone with star power, I think. You got to have two names that are going to draw people in. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith were big names when this came out.
Yeah.
I mean, this helped Will Smith, definitely, but he was already well known. I don't even know who's at the moment is like prevalent in the comedy world, really. Or TV as well.
Oh, I accidentally clicked off my link.
You foolish fool.
It's fine, I'll be able to catch up.
I'll give you the timestamp in a minute.
That's fine.
It's already like 20 minutes, maybe just slightly over from the end now.
What are we at? One.
So coming up to 111, 58, 59, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it?
Do you want to count it in again?
Yep. So 111, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Have you got it?
No. Can you tell me when it gets to 40?
Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now.
Cool. I might be 1 second ahead, so I'll pause it and then start again.
It's all right.
So he's underneath the table right now.
Tommy Lee Jones walking down corridor, looking at door, checking his watch. Okay, cool. Oh. I'm gonna have to use that line. Slow down, girl. You ain't gonna hit the gas like that.
Why was I even searching up in the first place?
Ray Liotta, was it?
I was on the Ray Liotta train, but oh, that's what I was going to search up. Yeah.
She kind of reminds me a little bit of Catherine Zeta-Jones from back in the day.
Dave Chappelle would be quite funny.
It's an easy choice, though.
I'm a damsel. I'm in distress.
Yeah. So far, most of the visual effects look really good. They hold up really well.
I love that for a second there, Tommy Lee Jones was quicker than Will Smith.
Fuck your crown. Oh, that's cool. Wait, was that a rattlesnake sound just then?
Yeah, it was, but cockroaches coming out the mouth.
Yeah, it was strange. The makeup on him with the eyes, with the contact lenses, it kind of reminds me of the Deadites in the Evil Dead films.
Yeah.
The very blank white eyes.
I love that it's that kind of rush into danger versus the calm approach.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold up. Hold up.
Why did he think he was getting in a cab? Did I miss that?
No. I'm saying hold up. Tommy Lee Jones pulled up in a cab. Yeah?
No, he pulled up in the black car.
He pulled up in a car. He's leaning out of the left-hand window. Will Smith climbs into the left-hand door.
Probably the passenger side, maybe?
No. He climbed into the same window he was leaning out of.
Maybe he moved over and he was going to let him drive. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. See, when Will Smith's good, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do Wild Wild West at some point, 100%. 100%. I love that movie. Watching this makes me want to watch it. I love how they wrote that in as well and said that they're meant to be saucers from like a previous crash. So I mean, this movie was done on a 90 mil budget, so I'm guessing that's why they've kept it restrained a lot. I mean, a lot of the money.
When he says he needs a snack, are we talking CK or double C? What's happening?
CK or double C?
Chris, are you not down with the lingo? Chris, your age is showing.
Private chatted me. Oh my god, the car's a goddamn transformer. Woo! Oh, that car's so cool. Oh, Elvis Presley, nice.
Got it, Chris?
Oh, okay, okay. this whole double C thing seems to be catching on recently with words. Does no one see the car driving on the roof?
Maybe it's invisible.
It's not though. It's got jet engines. Because they don't have to flashy thing any one of those, do they?
Shot.
That actually looked like a really cool design for a Batmobile then when it had like the jet engines out behind it. Oh, definitely double C. Definitely double C. Damn, just yeeted her into a tree.
He's like, look, she is just too mouthy to
she's
keep on.
She's just running her mouth.
Yeah.
Is that a miniature? That look like a miniature with car there. God, I'd have loved a super soaker like that as a kid.
I have to say, Men in Black is the most simple Halloween costume you can come up with.
Yeah. You just need a token black friend and you're good.
No, Chris! You just need a black suit and maybe like a pretend neuralizer or something like that. Shades.
Nah, that's a buddy costume, man. That's 100%.
Imagine if you could probably do it where you have a neuralizer that takes photos. So you get people staring to the light, take a photo, and then...
And then what?
Just take a photo.
Why would you want to do that?
Goddamn Mets. What's funny is that's kind of what the Mets are like.
So this shot here, this is like the one I remember when it crashes behind them. Yeah, again, see, like you're expecting this like big chase or whatever, the U just crashes straight down, and nope, we're doing it here. This shot. That's like the one shot I remember, like cinematic shot. Come on, make it badass. Make it badass.
So much dust in my eyes right now.
So much green screen. What was his plan again? I've missed it with like talking over this whole thing.
I'm pretty sure deliver the galaxy to some thugs. So basically stealing the galaxy, and then I think he gets to keep the Earth and gets to feed his family or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love it. Oh, so good. And then welcome to the 90s CGI. Which actually, in memory serves, doesn't actually look that bad.
No, it doesn't look that bad.
I think it's because it's mostly been so... Yeah, no, that still looks fine. Still looks fine to me. It's because so much of the film's been downplayed that it's, you know... Is that what he called Jim Carrey? A blood-sucking parasite? Yeah, that still looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, texture-wise, they could probably make it look better now. But I guarantee that so much of the rest of the movie would be CGI. I mean, I haven't seen International, but I'm assuming there's a lot more effects going on in that movie. Because, you know, it's like modern films are like, no, we need to make it bigger. We need to make it better.
How is she still able to stay up in that tree? I'm sorry. No one has human strength to stay up in a tree for like...
She's not hanging from it, though, is she? She's just kind of like, she's over the branch.
Yeah.
She's over the branch, so that should be fine. You'd have to cling on for dear life, though, you know, in case of like balance and everything. But so, how does a cockroach that big fit inside a human body?
He was curled up.
Oh, okay. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, but go along with it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
There you go. Told you. Oh, it wasn't even that far of a drop. What the fuck?
Yeah, it looked really high up, didn't it, on the ladder?
Yeah, you probably just... If I'm only that far up, I wouldn't wait till the branch fucking snaps. I'd just, like, drop down and be like, oh, okay.
Better than I ever did. I don't think the noisy... Does the noisy cricket get... That's the only time that it's used, isn't it? The bit where he shoots the vehicle earlier. I don't think that actually gets a payoff, does it? Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your auntie? Oh, he said it weird. He said auntie. He said it like really British. But it's weird now the cockroach only growls and roars and doesn't speak in English like it did when it was taken over. I wonder what this scene would have been like if you'd have had that CGI cockroach monstrosity, but still with the voice of D'Onofrio coming from it.
Yeah.
Such a cool design.
That would have been awkward if he was still on the ladder.
Yeah, this would definitely work as a TV show because you'd have like you'd have so episodic, wouldn't it? Like your new alien every week. You could have your overarching plot. Yeah, because doesn't this set her up as an agent for the next film?
I guess so. I don't know if she was an agent in the second film or not.
No, I don't think she was.
Does she get mind wiped?
Oh, maybe. I can't remember. We're almost wrapping up on this soon. Relatively shorter stream today. We got almost exactly 10 minutes. Oh, yeah, they like properly rounded up. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because then he brings him out of retirement, doesn't he, in the second one?
Yeah.
But again, I quite like this as its own film because this is like a really nice character arc for Agent K.
Sad, mournful, putting on his sunglasses.
But Tommy Lee Jones was like, I can't believe I just said that line.
It's hiding my tears.
Damn. How many did he erase all of his memories for? Did it explain how he got into that line of work?
No.
And left his wife or whatever? Returns to wife he left behind. Huh. Wow, she was very accepting and she hadn't moved on. Damn, 35 years. Christ. He just ran off in search of like aliens and glory then, or... Yeah, I swear it sets her up as the new... Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I swear she's not in the next one, or not much anyway. Is the music video at the very end credits of this film, or was that a separate music video they bought out for this film?
I want to say it's the end credits.
I don't know if the whole thing's in there or a bit of it. I can't remember. But they were really pushing that theme song.
Oh, yeah.
We should talk about the theme song, actually, because that is...
Fantastic.
You think of 90s songs, that's
I miss Will Smith doing theme songs for his films.
What was the last one he did? Oh wow, we're that's just this ending scene has just blew my mind. Our galaxy is but in a marble.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you get like a little bit of the video in the side of the credits, right? My bees. Here come the MIBs.
The man in
Man in black. Na na na. The good guys dress in black. Remember that, just in case we have a face-to-face contact. That's the only bit I know. So much for what you saw, you did not see. I swear you get the alien from the beginning of the film, and it does like a little dance. So, how did this film hold up in your memory? Do you think it? Oh, hang on, we've got a gap in the credits here. Oh, I thought they were going to play the video there for a second. Oh, they keep doing it. I keep expecting the video to come up. Yeah, so how does this film hold up for you then, Tate? Is it as good as you remember it?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was good.
It's solid. For what it's trying to do, it's solid. It hits all the beats it needs to.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of heart in there, but it's still just like an entertaining comedic romp with aliens, essentially.
Yeah.
Is it the greatest movie ever? No. I think it's probably the right runtime, actually. I think it
doesn't outstay its welcome at all. Like, it's quite mellow, if that makes sense.
Going back to it, though, I was actually quite amazed at how I mentioned, like, small scale it is.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm guessing when you get to the likes of 3, certainly. I'd be interested to go back and watch Men in Black 2, because I only watched that once. But I remember really not liking it compared to this movie.
No, I remember also not liking Men in Black 2 as much as this movie, but I do like Men in Black 3. So maybe it's the fact that Men in Black 3 has Josh Brolin in it.
See, that initially turned me off because I just wanted Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith back again, but I think Tommy Lee Jones basically just contractually obligated to come back, did his 5 minutes of a scene, and then it's just Josh Brolin, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Josh Brolin plays the younger version of Tommy Lee Jones.
I know, but it doesn't count because it's not actually Tommy Lee Jones, is it?
Yeah, true.
Plus, he looks nothing like Tommy Lee Jones as he did in this film.
I'd say he does in the film. He does look like a younger version. I think they were pretty accurate with that, I'd say.
God, I miss the 90s, Tate. I miss the 90s. This Space Jam, Disney movies.
Space Jam, I have a special place in my heart for Space Jam. Like, honestly.
We're going to do a watch along of Space Jam at some point. Make no mistake of that. We absolutely are.
Especially because I've been watching back through the Michael Jordan documentary, Last Dance, and that's been really good. I watched the Space Jam episode, was the last episode they did, and it's literally like he is literally in front of a green screen, in front of people dressed up as green screen things, and he had a basketball court built for him at the movie studio just so he could train. He invited all these NBA players over, and just like whenever he wasn't filming, he was training, and that's all he did. Like up at like 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning call time until like 11 at night, basically playing basketball and acting. Crazy.
So I'm just having a look at how much the other 3 Men in Black films made. So Men in Black 2 was done on a budget of 140 million. So obviously an inflated budget. It made 441. So, tidy profit. That's fine. 3 was done on a budget of between 215 and 225 mil, which is massive budget for what it is. Jesus.
Yeah.
And it made 624. So still relatively turning in a decent amount. And then International was done on a budget of 110 mil, and it made 253 mil.
Ouch.
Also, you got to factor in there, it had loads of marketing. I swear to God, trailers and posters were out everywhere for that thing. So that definitely, it may have made a little bit of a profit, but nowhere near as much as they were banking on.
I don't think it would have made a profit at all. I think if you take the advertising into consideration, because they did so much advertising.
Here's the thing with Men in Black now. Do you think it still has an audience? in
I think if it was
today's.
a TV show, it would. I just don't think it is as a film medium.
I'm trying to think that the people that will watch it would be people who are nostalgic of the brand already, and either remember the original films or just like the concept of it.
It isn't really outside of superhero. Outside of like superhero TV shows, there isn't really a villain or a monster of the week thing that really nails it at the moment. Like, I'll be honest, when Arrow started with CW, that was pretty good. They did villain of the week, monster of the week quite well, and Flash did for its first few series, but then it just kind of tailed off with all of the CW shows.
Yeah,
it kind of got into that formula, and once it got into the formula, it just became repetitive. And it doesn't mean it's a bad show; it just means that it's repeating over and over and over. I feel like this, as far as a medium, would be just fantastic if you're able to adapt it. You could have so many different aliens of the week, like every time.
Especially when we've seen stuff like Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, where puppets are coming back and more practical effects. You could go.
Not only that, but like with shows like Rick and Morty at the moment, that kind of level of sci-fi, kind of with mixed in with kind of the adult humor, it's popular. It works.
Yeah.
This is almost the perfect show for it. Like, honestly, I think it worked really, really well.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't think we'll be getting another Men in Black film for a long time now, with how much international bombed.
Marvel
Comics. There you go, Marvel Comics.
Yeah. MCU, you know what to do.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's going to be like a Spider-Man thing, then, I guess, isn't it? Where they've, Columbia, Sony have got the rights to this, but it's technically owned by Marvel. Oh, and Amblin, so that's tied to Spielberg's company, isn't it? See, E.T. reference. We brought it full circle, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, no, that was fun. I don't know why. Is there a bit with after the credits with the alien?
No, nothing.
Nothing. I don't know why I thought that was part of the end credits. I always thought it was.
Men in Black 2 that had it as part of the credits.
Yeah, you might be right. Actually, you might. I think they brought it back, didn't they? Because there was a song for Men in Black 2, but I remember it not having the same kind of impact on me as that first one did.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know if we have anyone in the comments. We didn't have many people in the comments today, but that's fine. This was a lot of fun, and if anyone is watching this, there may be a question from Men in Black in our quiz upcoming this Thursday, 8:30 p.m. GMT. Follow us on socials, which I will bring up now. I probably should have brought them up. Thank you, Tate. So along the bottom there, you can see all of our socials going across. That is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We post all times of when we're going live, what we have planned on there. If you don't manage to catch one of our live streams, easy look on there to see what we've got planned. So, Sci-Fi quiz. This is a thing we're going to do where we're going to try and tie our watch-alongs that aren't the drunk watch-alongs, the drink-alongs, into something that we're going to do questions on. And the quizzes so far have been very popular. I've really enjoyed doing them so far.
Yeah.
And, we've got a lot more planned, a lot more genres. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit the like button as well. Like button's very important. And please do spread the word because we enjoy talking about movies and we want to get as many out there as possible. So this was a lot of fun. I think I've said everything. Tate, do you have any closing things?
No, I'm good as well.
Okay, right. I'm gonna don my shades one last time. And I don't have a flashy thing, but flashy thing.